Hey, Picks and Parlay family, it's me, Detroit Lenny, here with a free NHL Rapid Fire. We're taking this little college basketball Rapid Fire, taking it and moving it to NHL. We're going to talk a little Saturday, March 30th, NHL action. And I got three of my premium NHL handicappers here, Sniper West, Nick Parsons, Terry Edelman. You can find any one of these guys at any given time on the NHL leaderboard at picksandparlays.net. And I got a little promo code and some stuff we'll talk about here in a minute, but they're each going to give you two plays, side, prop, total, something to that nature. We're going to start this game off here, this thing off here. We're going to do LA Kings minus 145, traveling to Calgary, taking on Flames. Total sits at 5.5. Wes has got a side for you in this one. Sniper West, talk to me. What are you doing with this one?
So, Lenny, these two teams, they split the first two meetings this year. LA won 5-3 in December, and Calgary won 4-2 in February. And the Kings are holding on right now to the 8th spot in the West. And St. Louis is actually kind of nipping at their heels. They're only 5 points behind the Kings. So the Kings are going to be motivated. I mean, it's not like St. Louis cannot catch them. They have 10 games left on the schedule. So they have a lot to play for still. And, regarding Calgary, they're pretty much out of the playoffs. They're 11 points behind St. Louis, who is 5 points behind LA. So it kind of looks like they've thrown in the towel, to be honest with you, because they've lost 8 of their last 10 games. So, I just think it's a situation where Calgary kind of really doesn't care anymore, and the Kings have a lot to play for. Therefore, I like the Kings. It is a little bit juicy, but I think the juice is worth a squeeze. I'm going to go with the Kings here on Saturday.
Fair enough. Sometimes the juice is worth the squeeze. LA Kings in the money line here from Sniper West. We're going to keep this party rolling here. Terry Edelman's going to talk San Jose Sharks and the St. Louis Blues. Blues a big favorite here, minus 322. There's some big spreads across the NHL on Saturday, and this is one of them. Total sits at 6 even. Terry Edelman's got a nice little play for us in this game. Terry Edelman, what do you got for me?
Yeah, going with the player prop here in this one. Taking a player that has been consistent for the St. Louis Blues team, Jake Neighbors, over half a point. It's been around plus 120 his last few games. Now facing San Jose, we're probably going to see plus 100, maybe minus 105, something of that nature. He has a point 7 of his last 8 games for the St. Louis Blues. And as Wes just said, this Blues team is trying their best to make the playoffs. Jake Neighbors, a big reason why they've been winning games recently. So take him over half a point here in this game.
All right, there you go. A little player prop action for you. Jake Neighbors over half a point from Terry Edelman. And keep this party moving. Anaheim and the Ducks traveling to Edmonton, taking on the Oilers at a huge favorite here, minus 500. Over-under sits at 6.5. Nick Parsons coming in here to round out the side action for us here. Nick Parsons, what do you got in this game?
Yeah, Wes mentioned about motivation and scheduling and looking at this time of year, et cetera. And so, the Oilers have to be looking at their remaining opportunities. They're currently in second, looking up at the Canucks. And so I just don't see Edmonton looking past the lowly Ducks and this opportunity. They're off back-to-back victories, quality victories over the Jets and Kings. They've scored 8 goals in the process. They do have a really tough upcoming schedule after this. Games at St. Louis, Dallas, Colorado, Calgary, and Vegas. So, yeah, Anaheim just 13-21, 1-1 on the road. The Ducks, they've lost 3 straight. They play the following night at the Pacific leading Canucks. So it's a look-ahead spot in a way for these young players as well. So, yeah, I think Edmonton not only wins this game, guys, but does so in blowout fashion. So, yeah, not a chalky play, but got to lay the 2.5, but I think they're going to easily do that.
There you go. Edmonton runs away with it. I do. I think teams like Anaheim, Chicago, San Jose, Arizona, those teams that have already been eliminated, I think you've seen in their play as of late, they're kind of just, ready to lay down and move on to next year. Don't forget, you guys are looking for anything picksandparlays.net wise, premium plays, best bets. Get yourself a 7-day package or a 30-day package. Lots of value in there. Use this promo code LENNY. Save yourself 20% off your entire purchase. Now, obviously one of the biggest games in the NHL season here. The Detroit Red Wings traveling to Florida, taking on the Panthers. Panthers are minus 220. Overrated. I don't even want to talk about that. Over under sits at six even. Nick Parsons has got a total for us in this game. Nick Parsons. I mean, obviously the Wings are going to win, so that's why you went total here. What are you going to do here?
Well, yeah, as I mentioned, at this time of year, guys, you got to look at the schedule and to gauge motivation levels from these teams. And if the playoffs were to start today, the Wings would be on the outside looking in. They're 2 points back of Washington. And that's because Detroit has lost 3 straight. It's been shut out twice in that time. That includes a 4-0 loss to Carolina in its most recent one. It also lost 4-0 at home to Florida just on March 2nd. But throw a trend out there, the Wings have seen the total go over the number in 7 of their last 10 in trying to avenge a shutout home loss versus an opponent. Now for Florida, it's second in the Atlantic at 46-22. But I mean, it's going to be highly motivated here too, guys. It's lost 2 straight at home. And so, yeah, I just think we're going to see a wide open shootout in this early game. So I like the over in this one.
Okay, so what you're telling me is Wings win like 7-0. That's where we're going with this. Love the total on this. Wings Panthers over 6 from Nick Parsons. We appreciate you as always. Now let's talk about this next game here. This is Terry Edelman's got a good play on this. Nashville Predators at the Colorado Avalanche. Avalanche minus 180. Total sits at 6. Terry Edelman, I'm going to take your thunder. Tell them how to make money on this game.
I do want to quickly mention what in this last game, because Lenny, you were talking a lot about Detroit winning. Florida's won 21 of the last 24 games against Detroit.
Wow.
So complete and total domination for years.
Terry, this is not how you get more screen time. I'm just letting you know right now. Keep going.
Just throwing out numbers out there, but yeah. We'll go on to this game. So Nashville Predators, Colorado Avalanche. The Predators 16-1-2 in their last 19 games. They have been very consistent until their last game against the Arizona Coyotes. But they've struggled against the Arizona Coyotes. This Colorado team, 11-2-1 in their last 15 games. They've gone to overtime in 5 of their last 9. This Avalanche team playing a lot of close games right now. This Predators team has been very consistent. For me, the play in this game is the draw, which you'll be able to get anywhere from plus 300 to plus 400, depending on books. Different books have different prices. I recommend looking at FanDuel for the best draw price in this game. Both of these two teams evenly matched in current play right now, and I like them to go to overtime and cash a nice plus money play here.
I'll tell you what, draw bets in the NHL has been really what's kept me afloat in the NHL is some random draw bets. There's been a lot of overtimes in the NHL, I feel like, this year, or maybe I've just been on the right ones. Either way, Preds Avalanche in the draw. I see it at Caesars right now at plus 333. Shop your lines. You can get that, maybe a little bit more here and there, but that's a good look from Terry Edelman. I like that as well. Dallas Stars traveling to Seattle, taking on the Kraken. Total sits at 6. Stars big favorite here. Sniper West has a has a total for us in this game. Take it away, Wes.
So, Dallas is obviously on a roll right now. They're sitting at the number 1 spot in the West, and they come in off a very big win over the Vancouver Canucks on Thursday night, in which that total was 3-1. But Dallas, they can get the puck on net. If you look at the last few games, they've scored 3, 6, 4, 4, 5, and 4 goals. So, they can definitely get up and down the rink and get pucks in the net. But regarding Seattle, it's quite the opposite. They come in, they did beat the Ducks twice, and they scored 4 goals in both those games. But if you look at the games prior to that, they scored 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, and 1 versus a slew of teams. So they can go through some scoring droughts for sure. They're an under team in general. They're 31, 37, and 4 versus the total this season to the under. So, the other thing is, why would Dallas really get up for Seattle? They have that big emotional win versus Vancouver, and then they have to play the Kraken. So I don't really think they're going to get up for this game. Seattle really has nothing to play for. They're out of the playoffs also. And it's kind of funny, you know, the odds makers, they put this at 6 even, right? But they can't put it at 6.5 because Seattle's offense just is not performing. And they can't put it at 5.5 because you have to respect Dallas's offense, right? So they put it at an even 6, but I still think it goes under. I just think it's a situation where neither team cares really, and both offenses are not going to show up. They will not bring their twigs to the arena. As my Canadian friends, they probably get that reference, right? They're going to leave the twigs at home. So I think it's going to go under the 6 here, the Stars and the Kraken.
All right, there you have it. You got 6 plays on a busy Saturday afternoon for the NHL, Saturday, March 30th. I'll do a little recap for you real quick. Terry Edelman likes Jake Neighbors over 0.5 point there. He likes also the Preds and the Avs in a draw situation. Nick Parsons liked the Oilers on the puck line, -2.5, big blowout win there. And he also likes the Wings Panthers over the 6 goals. Wes likes the Stars and the Kraken under, and he likes the Kings on the money line. Don't forget, guys, use promo code LENNY. Save yourself 20% off your entire purchase, picksandparlays.net. Grab yourself a value package from one of these guys over here. I'm Detroit Lenny, Picks and Parlays. Stop by, hit that like button. Appreciate you. Good luck unless you're against us. Take care, folks.